Greetings, ASA members. It's been a rough 4 months in this job. The A through F formula discussion is killing me. And then the legislators, I tell you, my doctor says I have just aged 40 years in 4 months. But let's talk about the latest news you can use. Let's commence with the continually evolving issue of A through F accountability. Last Monday's ad hoc committee reviewed the first results of statistical modeling done by Dr. Jennifer Fletcher of the ADE. According to Dr. Paul Ty, Saddle Mountain Superintendent and ASA member, low SES districts, referred to during the meetings as Title I districts, did not fare well in some of these models, many coming out as Ds. Much of the discussion focused on proficiency, how much emphasis, and on growth, how to measure growth. Two factors skewed the data according to Dr. Ty. First, all students were included, rather than disaggregating and only keeping full academic year students, as has been done in all measures for previous years. So your district and school's results would have included kids who walked in 1 week or 2 days before the tests. Secondly, a bell curve was employed since cut scores have not yet been determined. So that would put, say, 60% of schools and districts at C, 15% at B, 15% at D, 5% at A, 5% at F, or something to that effect. Completely opposing the principle, the underlying principle, that every school and every district has a chance to be rated A. The attached PowerPoint was presented by Dr. Fletcher at Monday's meeting. Also presented at the meeting were proposals from Arizona's Career and College Ready Task Force. They proposed various ways of measuring career and college ready, and I've attached their proposals as well. When I spoke with Dr. Carol Schmidt, she's the State Board of Education Executive Director. When I spoke with her on Thursday, she indicated that the bell curve was used merely for initial modeling, since the cut scores haven't been done, to see where title schools would fall in some of these initial models. She emphasized that the final formula would not include the bell curve, and we need to make sure that that is the case. The next set of statistical models done for the next meeting will be refined. Online schools will be removed. Small schools, they are now being defined as less than 100. They will be removed. Full academic year students will now be disaggregated, and that is very important to us. The initial models were for K-8 elementary schools and districts only. However, some K-12 schools were included. So they will now be excluded on the elementary modeling to make it more accurate. Finally, growth will also now be defined as maintaining proficiency from 1 year to another. In other words, a student who's proficient on AZ merit in 1 year and then is proficient in another year will now be counted as having maintained growth. That was not done in the previous modeling. Now, this growth concept is very difficult to measure. It's still being debated how that will be measured, but we all, I think, agree that if you maintain your level of proficiency, you have indeed grown. The issues are complex, but the key questions still revolve around proficiency, growth, measuring career and college readiness, and how to develop an equitable formula when we have such extreme ranges of rich and poor. Now, what do conservative scholars say about the emphasis on proficiency? Nationally, and I've included a short article by two very conservative scholars who will surprise you. Locally, I've also included an article by Mesa's statistical guru, Joe O'Reilly, his article is entitled, "In Arizona, Our Demographics Destiny." You will find that interesting. Upcoming A through F meetings, November 4th, 9 a.m. More statistical models and a focus on small schools and districts, online schools and districts, and what to do with specialty schools, with K-2 schools and so on, and alternative schools. Then November 16th, another meeting. Then December 8th, another meeting. The State Board of Ed is still trying to complete all of this work by the end of December. Will they succeed? And will they also be able to take public input when they finally narrow the model down to one that they are seriously looking at? Those are important questions. Now, let's talk for a moment about funding. You may be interested in a recent article by Dr. Jim Lee, the Paradise Valley Superintendent. He compares our current funding system to a Chevy Vega and says it is equally reliable and equally sustainable. Great article. Finally, our congratulations to ASA's Arizona Superintendent of the Year, Dr. Debbie Burdick of Cave Creek Unified School District. The past president of ASA, Dr. Burdick, is a longtime Arizona education leader and innovator for her A-rated district. She will now compete for Arizona for designation as the AASA National Superintendent of the Year. We will be well represented by Dr. Burdick. That's all the news for this week, and stay tuned for further developments in the A through F saga.